speed of light, and f is the frequency. Okay, in this equation. So if we want to catch the signal, okay, we need to build an antenna, and this size of this antenna should be, and size of the antenna should be 1/4 of the wavelength. Okay. So to catch a signal in the air, we need an antenna. Because without antenna, we cannot catch a signal. So you might have seen the antennas in the previous day, whatever we are using in our TV, television, that was a Wagi with the antenna. These lines are there. That was reacting with the antenna. Okay. So to catch a signal in the air, we need an antenna. And the size of the antenna should be 1/4 of the wavelength. So if you want to transmit a signal whose frequency is about say suppose 10 kilohertz, about 10 kilohertz. Now you want to transmit a signal which is 10 kilohertz. Okay. And usually the signal, whatever we are transmitting, is about this range. So the initial state I have already told that my frequency of my voice would be around 3 kilohertz. Okay. So whatever we need to transmit, it will be near about this frequency range. So if we calculate the wavelength for this case, now we have to transmit 10 kilohertz signal. Okay, we have to transmit a 10 kilohertz signal, and we want to catch the signal from far away with the help of an antenna. So we need to calculate what should be the length of the antenna. Okay, and it will be 1/4 of the wavelength. So at the initial stage, what we need to do, we need to calculate the wavelength. So if you calculate this wavelength with this frequency, so you need to put the value of the speed of light, and you need to put the frequency. So if you calculate this one, you will get a huge number like near about yeah. So to catch this signal, 10 kilohertz signal, you need an antenna whose length is about 30,000 meters. That means 30 kilometers. If you convert it into kilometer, 30 kilometers. The length of the antenna should be 30 kilometers. So if it is feasible, is it practical that you want to transmit a signal, specifically voice signal, and you want to catch the signal from far away? Then you have to build the antenna whose length should be 30 kilometers, which is quite unrealistic. It is not possible. It is possible, but it is unrealistic. Okay. So for that reason, what we can do, we can modulate the signal. The frequency, whatever we want to transmit, we can modulate this frequency with signal so that we can reduce the length of the antenna. Okay. So this is the need of modulation. That's why we needed modulation. Okay. So this modulation has to be done in the transmitter section, so that we can reduce the length of the antenna. And there are so many other factors are also included, but this is one of the main reasons. Okay. So to modulation is needed to reduce the size of the antenna. Now, if we can increase the frequency, here you can see, if we increase the frequency, we are transmitting the signal which is 10 kilohertz fixed. But somehow if we can increase the frequency or we can mix the signal of 10 kilohertz with a signal whose value is near about 30 megahertz. Okay. Then whatever we are transmitting, the frequency range will be increased. Then if the frequency is increased, then the wavelength will be decreased. Then automatically the length of the antenna will be decreased. Okay. And if you can do this problem, you will find that now the antenna size may be reduced to 3 meter or 1 meter, whatever it is. It's an example to make you understand. So you got my point. So this is why we need a special technique which is called modulation, so that we can reduce the size of the antenna and we can transmit the signal in a long distance. So there are different type of modulation techniques are there. There are different type of modulation techniques are there. And all the modulation techniques we can divide it into two parts. Number one is analog modulation and number two is digital modulation. Okay. So we can divide it into either analog modulation or digital modulation. So in analog modulation, there are three types of modulation. In analog modulation, there are three types of modulation. Number one is AM. Number one is AM. The full form of AM is amplitude modulation. Amplitude. So what we do here, basically in modulation, we are using two signals. Okay. In modulation, we are using two signals. One is message signal. That means whatever the signal we want to transmit in a long distance, like my voice, we want to transmit into a long distance. This is message signal. And we will add this message signal with the carrier signal. Okay. So that we can increase the frequency, so that the wavelength should be decreased. Okay. And this carrier signal will be in high frequency range, very high. Okay. So our message signal will be very less frequency range, and the carrier signal will be high frequency. Okay. So now for amplitude modulation, say suppose this is the signal, this is the message signal. This is message signal. Message. That means whatever I am saying something, this is the message. Okay. And my voice is converted to electrical signal, and say suppose it looks like this one. So this is the message signal. We add up this signal with a carrier signal. And this carrier signal will transmit the signal in long distance. So we will add up with a carrier signal, whose frequency range will be much higher than this carrier signal. Okay. So it can look like this one. If frequency is too high, you can see the frequency range. Now this is the carrier signal. Okay, and this is message signal. We can add up these two signals with different type of circuitry, and the transistor, whatever you have learned with the help of this transistor also, we can add these two signals. Okay. So we are not going into that circuitry portion. Just understand the concept. So now we have a message signal we want to transmit, and we have a carrier signal, and these two signals will add up with different type of circuitry, and we got a signal which will be look like this one. Okay. If we add up these two signals, the modulated signal will be look like this one, here, this portion is the same shape as message signal, and inside this two, this is the upper side band, and this is the lower side band. Okay, this is the upper side band, and this is the lower side band. This replicates the message signal, and inside this message signal, this is the carrier signal. So you can see here that this was the carrier signal. Now the shape of the carrier signal is varying. The amplitude of the carrier signal. That means amplitude means from here to here. Peak value. This is amplitude. Okay. So you can see the amplitude here is much big and amplitude here is much small. This carrier signal has varied the amplitude. The amplitude has varied here. So somehow something is like this. Okay. The amplitude will vary. You get the point, huh? Now the amplitude. This is called amplitude. Now see here. Initially the amplitude was same, but now when you have mixed up these two signals, the amplitude is varying in accordance with the message signal. Okay. That means मैसेज सिग्नल के एम्पलीट्यूड जैसा वेरी कर रहा है, या फिर ऊंचा है फिर नीचे आ रहा है, ऐसे ही ये एरिया सिग्नल का एम्पलीट्यूड वेरी होगा. ठीक है. So that you can trace at the receiving end that how the message signal will be looks like, so that you can track that message. It is electrical signal only. Okay. So to understand the shape of the signal, we just perform this modulation. And now this is a high frequency signal. Now we can transmit this signal because the wavelength will be much smaller and the size of the amplitude also big. So this is the concept of amplitude modulation, because the amplitude of the carrier signal is varying. Okay. So there is another type of modulation which is called as frequency modulation. This is another type of modulation. So there are three types of modulation: amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, and phase modulation. Okay. So this is amplitude modulation. Amplitude. Yeah. So in case of frequency modulation, so we have seen that amplitude is varying. Now in case of frequency modulation, the frequency of the carrier signal is varying. Yeah, it is also analog. So if the message signal is look like this, and the carrier signal initially it's a high frequency carrier signal. Now the frequency of this carrier signal will vary according to the message signal. Like when it is getting the peak value, the frequency of the modulated signal is high. It will not vary the amplitude, it will vary the frequency. And when it is on the negative side or down, then the frequency will vary, but the amplitude will be same. Then again it will catch up with the same frequency, and when it is again down, the frequency again will reduce. Okay. So in case of amplitude modulation, the amplitude was varying. The amplitude was varying like this way. In case of amplitude modulation, the amplitude was varying. In case of frequency modulation, the frequency is varying. This is the amplitude, so amplitude is varying. So this axis is amplitude axis, and this axis is frequency. So here you can see it's varying according to the horizontal line. It's varying according to the horizontal line, and here it's varying according to the vertical line. Okay, so this is amplitude modulation, this is frequency modulation. There is another type of modulation which is called phase modulation. Again, the same thing. The will catch up the message signal and the carrier signal, and the phase of the signal, phase of the carrier signal will vary in accordance to the message signal. Phase is varying, that means the signal will look like this one. Now here in the signal, the phase of the message signal is varying. You have the idea about the phase of the signal, no? You have any idea about phase? What is phase? Phase. So, what will be the difference between a sine wave and a cosine wave? If you visualize the signal, it can be looks like this one. This is how you got the idea of phase. Okay, like this is one phase. This is a signal which is a constant phase, and this is another type of signal whose phase is different. So maybe the frequency and voltage of these two signals will be same, but the phase is different. The phase angle is different. Okay. So this is how the phase varies in two signals. And you can see here, in case of phase modulation, the phase is varying. Okay. So this is kind of phase modulation. Then, yeah. You are new. So this is phase, and then we have so many other types of modulation also, like PAM, PAM. That means pulse amplitude modulation. Okay. Yeah. It is also an analog modulation, but here we are using the pulse signal. Okay, pulse means look like this one. Pulse amplitude modulation. Pulse amplitude modulation. So the name itself telling that what we need to do. We'll pass a stream of pulse, and the amplitude of that pulse, will vary according to the message signal. Okay, and then you can send the pulse to the long distance. Like this is a sine wave or message signal, you can say. So suppose this is a message signal. Okay. Now for this case, we give it pulse train. Okay. So this is the message signal, and we are giving the pulse train. And now here, what will happen? The amplitude of that pulse will vary in accordance to the sine or message signal. That means now the output signal will look like this one. Now you can see here in this signal, the amplitude of the pulse is varying. The amplitude of the pulse, initially the amplitude of the pulse was same, but now the amplitude of the pulse is varying. Okay, so this is the pulse amplitude modulation. Then we have PPM. This is pulse amplitude modulation. And now we are talking about
one is the message signal.
Yeah, this one is the message signal, and this is the pulse train, whatever we are passing. Okay, and now the amplitude is varying according to the pulse wave. That means this shape is shown over here. Okay, and now we can transmit. This is a high frequency, so we can transmit it. And when we have transmitted and we have received the signal, by seeing this signal, we can easily replicate the message signal. That we know that in this position the amplitude is, the amount of amplitude is this, and for this position this is the axis of time, and this is the axis of voltage. Yeah, voltage. So in this specific time period, this will be the voltage level of the signal. So that's how we can add all these signal and we can get the message signal in the demodulation, Okay. So this is parent, then we have PPM. Okay. PPM means again the same thing. It's pulse position modulation. Pulse position modulation. That means we will got the output in like this way. That the position of the pulse will vary. The shape of the pulse will be same, but the position will vary, and that's how we can track the message signal at the receiving end. The distance between this and this is not same. X1. X is not equal to Y. Okay. So the position is varying. Okay. This is pulse position modulation, and then we have
So their amplitude will be set.
yeah, amplitude will be same. And in case of pulse position, pulse width modulation. Pulse width means the width of the pulse will vary in according to the message signal. Okay. Again, the same. The width will vary. So this is how this will look like. The width will vary. And the last one is, in case of analog modulation, is PCM, pulse code modulation. Okay. This pulse width, you can see the width is varying. The width of the signal is varying. And then we have PCM, pulse code modulation. So we again the concept is same, and we patch up this signal and we generate a code. Okay, then you can transmit it to long distance and you can receive it and then again trap it again. Yeah, code. Code. Pulse code modulation. Okay. Huh?
What happens in pulse?
In pulse position modulation, the position of the pulse is varied. That means here the position is same. That means this distance between two pulses, the distance is same initially. These are the pulses. These are the pulses. So here you can see that the position is pulse is same for each cases. But in case of pulse position modulation, the position of the pulse will vary. That means here, suppose for this case, you can see the width was varying, but now the position will vary, but the width will be same. The width is same. Okay, you can see the position has varied.
So what is possible?